Hi everyone, in this tutorial we're gonna learn how to animate a cube like the one we created in the previous tutorial using Framer's amazing scroll transform feature. As we scroll, our cube gets rotated and the ticker with the icon for the section we are weaving becomes visible. So let's get started. Since we need ticker on every side of our cube, it is easier to create it from scratch, copying the same side and rotating it, like we did in the first cube tutorial. You can check the link in the description if you haven't watched it, and I will put a card for it above. So I will create a new square frame, call it side, and carry it below the hero section. Make its width 180 pixels and click in the styles under filters. I will add a brightness property since we're gonna edit separately for each side, and then I'm gonna make its color turquoise from the color styles. Then I'm gonna right click side and add a frame which is going to hold all of our sides and name it cube, and I'm gonna start changing its style. First I need to make its overflow visible since our cube is gonna be sticky while we are using scroll transforms, and I'm gonna click transforms and add a rotate property. I'm gonna click 3D and make the X rotation minus 30 degrees and Y minus 40. Later we're gonna make these 0, but these angles will help us while creating the cube to see the sides better. I will also add a perspective, again clicking the transforms. And lastly, I'm gonna add a preserve 3D property to keep every side in the same 3D space as we did in the first tutorial. And then I'm gonna wrap the cube frame in a stack, and I'm gonna name it cube wrap. I'm gonna make it sticky of top spacing, so I will enter 200, and I will make sure that its width is set to fill and height to fit content. And under layout I'm gonna make its direction horizontal, distribute start, and lastly I'm gonna make its left padding 260 pixels. And under styles, again, since a sticky element needs to all the parent elements have overflow property set to visible, I'm gonna do that. Now we can test if our square sticks to top, and it does. Other settings for each side. Making the side frame a component is gonna help us while creating the cube. So I will right click and select create component, and first thing I'm gonna do in the component screen is inserting a ticker element. I'm gonna drag it to the side frame. Then I will make its width 360 and height 200. Click in the transforms. I'm gonna add a rotate value and make it 45 degrees. And I will make sure that ticker is centered in the frame. Now we need to add an icon to our ticker component. So again, I'm gonna click insert and type material and drag the material component to my canvas, and I'm gonna start changing its properties. So first I'm gonna lock its aspect ratio and make its width 45 pixels, and under material component properties I'm gonna change its name to 3D rotation, since we're gonna rotate and mirror it when necessary while creating other sides of the cube. An icon that includes text helps us to check if it's displayed correctly on each side. That's why I'm selecting this icon as default for now. Lastly, I will make its color BG from my color styles. Then I will connect the ticker to the icon, and I'm gonna start changing some of its properties. First I'm gonna make its speed 30% and its direction top, and now we can preview. It works as we want. Before creating other side and the cube, it is best assigning some side component properties to the variables to edit them on the other sides comfortably, right? So first I will select the icon and click name under the material component properties, and I will assign it to a variable that I'm gonna rename icon. Also, since we're gonna need to mirror the icons on some sides, I will also click mirrored label and I'm gonna also assign it to a variable. Now I can select variant1, and under styles I can also create a variable for the brightness value to be able to edit it for each side separately. I'm gonna also make the opacity 0.9 here for a nice subtle transparency for the cube. Also, we need to create some ticker variables. So after selecting the ticker, I will click rotate label under transforms and click create variables, and I'm gonna name it ticker rotation. Now that we have edited all the properties and created variables we need for the side component, we can start to create our cube, right? After going back to home screen, I will rename the side component instance F, since it's gonna be the front face of our cube, and I will change its properties under the side component section at the right panel. I will only need to change brightness of it for now, which is going to be 120. I'm gonna change the icons later, since, as I said, we need to make sure they are displayed correctly on each side. That's why we picked an icon that includes text as default. Also, before copying this instance to create other sides, click in transforms at the right panel. I need to add depth and origin properties to our side component instance. I will also need to click 3D next to rotate. Now we can create other sides and edit the ticker and icon properties, right? So I will duplicate the F side component and name it R, since it's gonna be the right side. Carry it under the F in the layer stack. To keep the layer order same as the order, we're gonna rotate the cube and change its X origin to 100% and make its Y rotation minus 90 degrees. Actually, let me change the Y rotation of the cube wrapper frame to minus 80 or something to see the right side more comfortably. Then I will select our component again, and under side component properties, to fix the icon and ticker's positions, I will make mirrored yes, and ticker rotation minus 45, and brightness 80. And since we fixed the icon rotation, I can change it to the correct icon for this side, which is repeat. Click in the icon property here. I'm gonna go ahead and repeat this, cloning the front side, transforming and editing side component properties step to create all sides. Now that we've changed all the icons, we can make their style unified. So I will go to the side components screen and select the icon. Click in the icon variable next to name. I will change the icon to the filter none, the one we are using on the front side, and since it has outline style, we can select that style as default for all the icons to create a consistent look, right? Now we can create our section component and assign scroll section for each instance that we can use to animate our cube, right? So I will right click the section stack and select create component. In the component screen, all we need to do is defining variables for the items that we are going to change for each section, right? So I will click the title clarity first, and under text I'm gonna click the content label and create a plain text variable, and I'm gonna leave its name and default value as they are. Next I'm gonna do the same for the text below. Click in the content. This time I'm gonna create a formatted text, and again leave its name and default value as they are. Now we can go back to home screen and start copying section component, defining a scroll section for each and changing their content, right? First I'm gonna define a scroll section for the first component instance I have for the section, which is going to be 1. Now I can start duplicating the sections and changing its content with the ones I've generated with ChatGPT and scroll section to create the other ones, right? Since we have everything to create the scroll transforms for our cube, I will select the cube frame and click Effects on the right panel, and I'm gonna select Scroll Transform to add the effect. In the pop-up, I will select Section in View as trigger, and Report should be at the bottom, as the first rotation of the cube is gonna happen when the second section is in the report. I'm gonna select 2 as first section, and since we need front face to be visible in the first section, under From, I'm gonna make opacity and scale 1, and under 2 settings, I will click 3D next to rotate and enter -90 for the Y value. I will also make X offset -100 to keep the cube's position same as much as possible. Lastly, after going back in the pop-up, I will click box next to transition. To add an easing, I will click again, and I will make the time setting 1 second to create a nice and smooth transition. Let's test the first transform. And it works great, right? I'm gonna go ahead and enter transform values for the following sections. Now we can test our scroll transforms. As you see, our cube rotates based on the scroll section in the report, and we can see the sections icon, right? I also defined the scroll section for the Go to Top button as the first section. So we can go to top and see our icons and content again, right? Hope you liked the tutorial. If you did, be sure to subscribe, turn the notifications on, as I'm gonna make more tutorials. Also, don't forget to check my other videos. So see you in the next one.